This is the assignment right here. Starting on page 151. It says, describe a translation that can be formed on triangle ABC that will result in triangle being created in quadrant 1. This is quadrant 1 right here. That's quadrant 2 going counterclockwise. Okay, so if you don't know, those are your quadrants. So we want to quadrant here. I can do counterclockwise 90 degrees. So my translation would be counterclockwise 90 degrees. When I do counterclockwise 90 degrees, that means my x and y will be turned. So this is 8, -9, and this is, I like to write this down. I'm not very good unless I write it. First do this 5, -4, and then this one is 1, -8. So I'm going to do, you can do anything you want. You can slide it up 10 over 2, that will get you there, or you just go up 10, we call that translation up 10, and will get you over on the other side. You can reflect it over the x-axis, it'll get you to the other side. I don't know what that I keep coming on. How do I get that rid of that volume thing? Anyways, but I'm going to do counterclockwise because that's where a lot of you have a hard time with. So if triangle ABC, I go A, original A is 1, -8, B 5, -4, and C is 8, -9. Counterclockwise, the rule is X, Y, your rule, that will turn to YX, and if you notice, if Y, it becomes its opposite. Y, all here were negative, so on here it becomes positive. So Y becomes its opposite, you put a negative there, and X stays the same. So you switch it, so A prime is, I find it easier finding the coordinate first, then graphing, because, so opposite of Y, which should be 8, and X stays the same. B prime, opposite of Y, is 4 and 5. Then opposite of -9 is 9, and 8 stays the same. Okay, and then you use that to graph. Should be on this side. Just flip. Remember, not flip, rotate. Flipping is over the X. Rotate means it's standing up. B will be standing down. So A becomes 8, 1. It was 1, 8 before, -8 before. Okay, then it's 4, 5. And then 9, 8. Be right here. And it's C prime. Okay, that's your rule right here. It's important to write your rule, whatever your translation is. Will the translation you prescribe preserve the size of the shape? Explain. Yes, it preserve the shape and size of the triangle because it's a rotation. Counterclockwise. Of 90 degrees. So explain why preserve. Oh, perform the new triangle and label it D, E, F. So instead of A prime, B prime, A gets D, E, B gets E, and then C gets F. Okay? We did that. List the coordinates of the vertices of both triangles. Oh, we did that here. So it's done. We don't need to do it again because we listed on top over there. Use the vertices, write the triangle congruent statement for the triangle congruent statement. Okay, you're just saying this is a congruency statement. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle, this is how you write it when two triangles are congruent, DEF. List the congruency statement. Identify the congruent angles. Using your congruent statement, identify the congruency angle. Okay, so angle A is congruent to angle D. Angle B is congruent to angle E. Angle C is congruent to angle F. Okay, using your congruency statement, identify the congruency side. Okay, let's go. Line segment AB is congruent to line segment DE. Okay, line segment BC is congruent to line segment EF. And line segment AC is congruent to line segment DF. Okay, that's 3 for 3, the triangle. 53, next one. Problem number 2, describe the translation and perform a triangle will result in being in the third quadrant. This quadrant. Oh, we're going to do a rotation of 180. That's the easiest. Another one you can do is translation, going up 10, left 10. We'll get you everything there. Something like that. Anything that will, oh, I need to go charge my battery. Hopefully we can get this done. Okay, done fast. All right, let's see. 180 degrees, might as well. I cannot, some of you can do it without any problem. I need to write it down, 8, -9. Okay, so for me, 5, -4, and A is 1, -8. All right, so A is, I need to do this. If I don't, I make careless mistakes. My eyes don't see it too easy. So if your eyes don't see it too easy, please write it down. Okay, for my eyes don't see it that fast and that easy, so I have to write it down. So they're going to probably want, like the other problem, to use DEF. right there. So transform it and label it DEF. D, E, F. That's the image. This is the pre-image right here. So the image would be DEF over here. So the rule is it starts with XY, starts from whatever it is. It's going to turn to all of it its opposite, preserving its order. So the order the same. It's just X will become its opposite and Y will become its opposite. See, it's the opposite side. So that would be 1, -1, +8, because the opposite of a positive turns to a negative. The opposite of negative turns to a positive. Okay? So -5, -5, and a +4, a -8, and a +9. Those are my coordinates: -1, +8, -5, +4, -8, +9, and just to make sure, so 1, 8, that's D, 5, 4, that's E, and this is F. Just to make sure A was here, okay, make sure graph, and then A was going to be here, laying down like this, and then it's going to stand up. Yep, so D would be there. That would be correct. Just double checking that we're not too sure of our rule. We graph it and make sure, okay? All right, that's that. A and B. Will the transfer preserve the shape and size? Yes, it will preserve the shape and size because rotations do not. Yes, the transformation. I'm running out of battery, so it will preserve its shape and size because it's a rotation. Name it, we did that. List the coordinates for the vertices on both triangle, we did that up here. So we're done with C. Using the name vertices, write the triangle congruency statement for the triangle, naming the vertices. Okay, it's important you do this each time because you guys don't know what a statement is. So the statement is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle. Okay, this is a squiggly line, DEF. Okay, using your using your congruency statement, identify the congruent angles. So angle A is congruent to angle D, angle B is congruent to angle E, angle C is congruent to angle F. Okay? List the sides. Okay? Well, line segment AB is congruent to line segment DE. Same thing. Line segment BC is congruent to line segment EF. Line segment AC is congruent to line segment, forget line segment on that one, DF. Okay? Same order. Now you can say BA. I looked into it. Yes, you can say BA is congruent to FD. Okay? Or CB is congruent. The letters don't matter. Just make sure this side matches the same order this way. Okay? But it doesn't matter. I told you it mattered, but it really doesn't. That's your homework. Yay! I didn't run out of battery.